Have you ever wondered what happens to your body as you climb higher and higher on a mountain? As the adventure begins, you may find yourself noticing the subtle and not-so-subtle changes your body undergoes. The air grows thinner, the temperature drops, and you might start to feel the telltale signs of your body adjusting to the new environment. As you ascend, you might notice a shortness of breath, a sense of fatigue creeping in, maybe you experience a headache, or perhaps you feel a bit dizzy. All of these symptoms are part of your body's reaction to the altitude, a response to the decreased oxygen levels and the drop in atmospheric pressure. But why does this happen? Well, it's all a result of the way our bodies are designed to function at sea level, and how they struggle to adapt when thrown into such extreme conditions. So how exactly does your body react to such extreme conditions? Let's dive deeper into the science behind it. As you ascend, the air pressure decreases, meaning there's less oxygen available for your body. This is a critical point to understand for anyone venturing into high-altitude environments, such as mountain climbers. So, what happens when the oxygen levels drop? Well, oxygen is essential for our cells to generate energy. When there's less of it available, our bodies have to work harder to maintain the same level of activity. This is why you might feel out of breath or tired more quickly than usual when you're at a high altitude. Now, our bodies are pretty clever and they try to compensate for this lack of oxygen. The immediate response is to breathe faster and deeper, a process known as hyperventilation. This is your body's way of trying to get more oxygen into your bloodstream to feed your cells. However, this quick fix comes with its own set of challenges. Breathing faster and deeper can lead to dehydration. Why? Because you're exhaling more moisture than you would at sea level. This is why it's important to drink plenty of fluids when you're at a high altitude, even if you don't feel particularly thirsty. Moreover, the rapid and deep breathing can increase the amount of energy your body uses. Remember, energy production is already strained due to the lower oxygen levels, so this extra energy demand can make you feel even more tired and fatigued. But wait, there's more. Your body also tries to create more red blood cells to carry the scarce oxygen around. This process, however, takes time. It's why climbers often spend days or even weeks at base camps, allowing their bodies to acclimate and produce these extra red blood cells before they tackle the higher reaches of the mountain. So the lack of oxygen can make even the fittest climbers feel winded and fatigued. It's a big challenge, but with the right preparation and understanding of how the body responds, it's one that can be managed on the path to the summit. Ever heard of altitude sickness? It's not just a myth. As we ascend higher and higher into the crisp, thin air of the mountains, our bodies start to respond to the changing environment, and one of the most common reactions is altitude sickness. Now, this isn't your everyday kind of sickness. It's a unique blend of symptoms that can make you feel like you've been hit by a storm, and trust me, it's not a storm you want to weather. Let's break it down. First up, the headaches. Imagine the worst migraine you've ever had, then multiply it. It's relentless, pounding away like a drummer in a rock band. And it's not just the headaches. You might feel dizzy, like the world around you is spinning, even when you're standing perfectly still. Next on the list is nausea. It's like being seasick, but you're on solid ground. You might even vomit, adding to the overall discomfort. And remember, this is happening while you're thousands of feet above sea level, far from the comforts of home. But why does this happen? Well, it's all down to how our bodies react to low oxygen levels. At high altitudes, the air is thin, and there's less oxygen available. Our bodies, used to the abundant oxygen at sea level, struggle to adjust. This triggers a series of reactions including faster breathing and increased heart rate, in an attempt to get more oxygen to our vital organs. However, these responses can lead to a buildup of fluid in the brain, causing the headaches and drowsiness, and in the lungs, leading to a feeling of breathlessness and fatigue. These are the symptoms of altitude sickness, and they're a clear sign that your body is struggling with the altitude. So what can you do? The answer is simple. Take your time. Acclimatize. Your body needs time to adjust to the lower oxygen levels. Rushing your ascent could push your body beyond its limits, and that's when altitude sickness can strike. Altitude sickness can be a serious risk, even for experienced climbers. So remember, when you're reaching for the stars, make sure you give your body the time it needs to adjust. Safety first, always. The higher you go, the colder it gets, and your body definitely feels it. As we ascend the mountain, the drop in temperature is not just a matter of comfort, but a critical factor to our survival. When the environment's chill begins to seep into our bodies, our physiological response kicks into high gear. Perhaps you've noticed that your fingertips and toes start to feel numb first. This is because your body, in an attempt to maintain its core temperature, reduces blood flow to your skin and extremities. This mechanism, known as vasoconstriction, prioritizes keeping vital organs warm at the expense of your fingers and toes. A clever survival trick, but it comes at a cost. The risk of frostbite looms as a chilling threat. Frostbite is a serious condition caused by freezing, leading to the death of body tissue. It starts with frostnip, where the skin pales and feels very cold. Progressing to superficial frostbite, you'll notice your skin becoming soft and blistering. In severe cases, the affected area becomes hard and blackened. This is a clear signal to seek immediate medical attention. But frostbite is not the only danger that the cold brings. Hypothermia, a condition where the body loses heat faster than it can produce, is another formidable adversary. The initial signs are often subtle: shivering, a natural body response to generate heat, or a feeling of lethargy creeping in. As hypothermia progresses, confusion sets in, dexterity declines, and in severe cases, it can lead to unconsciousness or even death. The body is a remarkable machine, always striving to keep us alive in the harshest conditions. But it's important to remember that these survival mechanisms have their limits. It's crucial to dress appropriately, stay hydrated, and take regular breaks to warm up. The cold, then, is not just a matter of discomfort. It's a constant companion on the mountain, a reminder of the thin line we tread between adventure and danger. The cold is not just uncomfortable, it can be a real danger on the mountain. Climbing a mountain is not just a mental challenge. It's a physical one too. As you ascend, the strain on your muscles and joints increases. The activity of climbing requires you to engage your entire body, from your legs propelling you upwards to your arms supporting your weight. Your core muscles work overtime, stabilizing your body as you navigate uneven terrain. The physical exertion is intense, but it's not just the climbing that takes a toll on your body. The weight of your backpack carrying essential gear and supplies adds an extra burden. Each step becomes a test of strength and endurance as your body fights against gravity to move higher. Your joints, particularly your knees and ankles, bear the brunt of the impact with each step. This constant pressure can lead to inflammation and discomfort, often feeling like a persistent ache. As the altitude increases, so does the impact on your joints, making each step a little harder than the last. But it's not all doom and gloom. The human body is remarkably adaptable. When faced with increased physical demands, it responds by strengthening the muscles and improving cardiovascular efficiency. As you climb, your body is constantly adjusting, becoming more efficient at using oxygen and producing energy. Over time, your stamina improves and your muscles become stronger. Your body learns to conserve energy, using it more efficiently. Even your bones get denser, better equipped to handle the constant pressure of climbing. However, this adaptation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and consistent effort. You may experience muscle soreness and fatigue during your climb, but this is your body's way of telling you it's working hard and adapting to the new demands. Remember, proper nutrition and hydration are key to fueling these adaptations. Make sure to replenish your body with enough proteins, carbohydrates, and fluids to support recovery and muscle growth. The physical demands of climbing can leave you feeling exhausted, but the body is an amazing machine that adapts to these challenges. So as you ascend, remember that each step, each ache, each breath is making you stronger and more capable. The mountain is not just a challenge, but an opportunity for growth and resilience. So, climbing a mountain is no walk in the park. Your body goes through a lot. Let's recap the journey we've taken today. We began with the thrill of adventure, only to be confronted by the harsh reality of oxygen deprivation. As you ascend, oxygen becomes a scarce commodity, and your body struggles to maintain normal function. Next, we delved into the altitude effect, a phenomenon that can cause dizziness, nausea, and even hallucinations. It's a surreal encounter, but one that is part and parcel of the mountain climbing experience. Then, we tackled the cold factor, the relentless chill that seeps into your bones, testing your endurance and resilience. It's not just about battling the elements, it's about battling your own limits. Lastly, we examined the physical toll, the sheer exhaustion and strain that can push even the fittest climbers to their breaking point. Understanding these changes can help you better prepare for your next high-altitude adventure. Remember, every mountain you conquer, you're also conquering yourself.